Now I am.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm just going to get straight into things. So this amendment kind of was something that I think was stirring for a long time. Over the last year, I got to really, really understand this position, its limits, the way that its power can be implemented. And this is nice and all, but I think the Constitution is a bit vague in describing the requirements for this role. So as I was going over things this year, I really tried to document what I was doing. I really tried to expand the information that is provided to people of this role. And then Kate approached me recently and had questions about accountability for this position. She brought up the idea of an amendment to this, and I was all for it. I think for those of you who haven't read it, it's kind of just really, really asking the Vice President for Finances to show their work and to keep it in the drive and really provide it for the executive board and for the general body. I think this is very important in terms of actually maintaining information for the future. It can be very difficult not knowing the thought process of your predecessors in any way. I think it's really important to just have more accountability in this position. So Kate, I think you could take it away.
So basically, what it's going to do is kind of implement what I was talking about earlier in my platform about having like a monthly financial report that would be introduced at the first or last meeting of every exec board meeting. In addition to uploading anything that we can to the drive, that would be made public so everyone can access general financial transactions regarding the club. We would not upload the ASA account summaries because there are like to public because there is some information about people's specific contributions that people might want to keep private. So making sure that we're keeping things public that people would want to keep public is a big part of this. But in general, just restating what Trevor said, is that 1 minute? What is that, 1 minute? Okay. Just restating what Trevor said, it really is very vague in the Constitution at this point, specifically regarding like regularly report on, because I feel like reporting on the financial aspects of the club is a very integral part of the VP Finance role. And moving forward, I would really like to see the VP Finance position be able to do this in an effective manner, both to the executive board and to the general membership. So, that's all.
All right.
Questions?
Yes. So you guys will have 5 minutes to answer questions.
Kayla.
Do you think that a monthly financial report is a little bit of an overkill? And like, would a semester be?
So in this amendment, and this is why I don't think it's overkill, it's monthly for the executive board. So that would only be monthly for those who would actually be coming to the full exec board. But the general body is only getting one once a semester. So I think that, does that answer your question? Awesome. Do you want to?
Megan?
Okay. I'm gonna phrase my question if you don't understand it, I'll rephrase
Yeah.
it. So conference finances are separate than club finances because we spend different amounts of money. So is it really going to be 3 financial reports or are they all going to be meshed all together? And like how then, if they're gonna be meshed together, like how would you make that less confusing and make it easier for spending? For people who are not working on the financial part of the conferences, how will one report like explain all of that?
Do you want me to give my take on this, or do you want? Okay. So the way, like even in the financial report that I've been working on the last few days for the spring semester, there would be breakdown for away conferences in the spring semester, and then there would be a whole section saying, this is where PUC is. This is what we did last year. These are the changes we made. This is where we put the money for this conference, and then that would be its own section in this document. And the same thing would go for PUC in the fall. I think it's important. I think, like for example, this past year we talked about investing in the social budget, and I think explaining why we did that is one of the reasons. It would be nice.
It would be all one report, just different sections.
What effect, if any, will this amendment have on to the secretariats of the 2 conferences, particularly as far as sponsorships and charge are concerned? Will it have any, or is this solely on Director of Finance?
I mean, in my opinion, it should have no effect on the way that things are currently run. This is just adding information and making things more transparent.
Just to kind of broaden that question, do you feel like this amendment will have any effect on any other leadership position in the club, or is this strictly something that's just only adding responsibility to VP Finance?
This is is only any responsibility of UEP Finance. It is under Article 5 in the Constitution with Section 7, so that's only addressing the specific roles of each position of the executive board.
Megan, it looks like you're gonna raise your hand. Do you have a question? Sure. Jane?
This might be like thinking about it a little bit too much, but who would like ensure that they're giving monthly reports?
I mean, like, I think that should be up to the president.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
To be added to agendas for each of like it's put in there, like, at the discretion of the president, either the first or last meeting of every month. So the president would then put it on the agenda for that meeting.
and I think that's also an important part is discretion of the president, because like if like nothing has happened in that month, like if for some reason, like, everything fell apart, and I'm not expensive, but like, if nothing happens, like if we didn't do any financial transactions, like, president, like, has the discretion to do things. Any other questions? No? Okay, thank you for listening to us rant.
Yeah, thank you.